Hey folks, Lisa Hendrickson here. You are listening to the Queens of BravoCon podcast. And today I have with me Amanda Faust. Welcome, Amanda.
Hi.
Hey, Amanda has been in our group since 2019. And I asked her to come on because she has a ton of valuable information for new people coming to BravoCon, which I'm sure past, folks that went to the other ones that are listening, you'll understand and you'll have your own point of view. But this Amanda was a person I ran into a lot there. You're at our hotel. I talk to her all the time and she's coming in 2023 and I'm super happy. Are you excited too? It's creeping up.
Yeah, I'm really excited about the BravoCon lives. And I'm not doing a BravoPalooza this year, but I'm excited to see what the VIP lounge is.
Right. Did you have VIP last year?
I had the normal VIP.
Okay, normal. So for those that don't know, last year there was three different ticket options, the GA, VIP, and SVIP, right? So the SVIP lounge was for the people who bought that. And that's where I think the Bravo Labs went in and did some more photo ops and there was snacks and you got some drinks, I think, too. But you didn't get that experience and you had a blast anyway. So
Yeah.
yeah. So I don't think this year they're going to have those lounges like that. I'm not sure. I haven't gotten any word from anybody, but what do you think?
There was something that said that we were going to have some kind of lounge, but they didn't really elaborate.
Okay.
So you know how last year they had the Family Karma Lounge out in the open? I
Yeah.
don't know if it'll be something like that with some couches or if we'll have our own little area.
Okay.
So I'm waiting to see.
I guess we'll find out on day one when whoever gets there first and goes and looks.
Yeah.
I have this feeling that because you were at the event last year, so you didn't get to see how that was on the Facebook group and all the videos people share. But a lot of people, before it even begins, they're going to start putting up videos of celebrities they run into and just things like that. It's like the pre-excitement. And then as people start getting in the forum, they're going to take pictures and post them. And that's where everybody can kind of get the notes of what's going on. Like, so you want to check your phone in the Facebook group for some things, but just don't pay attention to it the whole time. Otherwise, you'll miss stuff at the BravoCon. But there'll be people that are posting what's happening with those lounges and the VIP stuff for sure. So last year you had VIP. So why don't you walk us through kind of your experience on the first day when you got there and the whole event, and you could talk about the panels and all that information of how to get there early or what did you experience and all that.
Okay. Well, as VIP, we got in a little bit earlier than GA, and which was nice because they had this whole little setup. They had like a little below deck area where you could take your picture like in a boat or a hot tub, I think it was.
Yeah.
And then they had the cameras that move in front of you, and it's like the slow-mo camera, so you could have a little prop and do your little photo shoot there. They had a Vanderpump Rules one and another below deck one, and then just a regular BravoCon one. And then I hung out at the bazaar for a little bit before panels started. And I saw like Amy Phillips was there with Chef Stu and got a picture with them. And you could buy like some merch. And this Hope, a Bravo celebrity was there.
Right.
And then the big panel I remember attending on Friday was probably Beverly Hills.
Is that the one that went wild?
Yeah, that's probably why I remember it. But yeah, I mean, it was just a jam-packed day. There's never a dull moment. There was a lot of line waiting, so be prepared for that, even though the crowd might be a little less this year than last year. But yeah. And then Saturday, Sunday pretty much followed suit. It was just
Okay.
same thing.
So let's talk about like the panels. So were those open to anybody with GA and VIP? You just had to go wait in line. But if you had VIP, you got a little different line and GA had one line.
Yes.
Okay.
And then VIP, well, SVIP had front and center seating.
Okay.
And then VIP was off to the sides.
Okay.
But if SVIP didn't fill up, they let VIP scoot in where SVIP was. And then general admission was more behind.
Okay.
but they had TV screens up, so you could still see, even if you weren't front and
Right.
center, you could still see what was going on stage.
Exactly. So let's just say this year for a panel, if you really want to see one bad, you recommend going very early, even if it's
Yes.
GA, so you can get in the front line of the GA. Okay. Yeah, I think that's what I heard last year was, if you want to see something that bad, you make that one thing happen.
Yes.
You make that one special thing happen to have your favorite thing, like I did with Gary. That's the one I had on my little app. That's all I had on the schedule was that. So I made sure. Okay, so
Yeah, that's my biggest piece of advice to
yeah.
anyone this year that's going for the first time. Because last year when they released the schedule, I was like, I'm doing this and this and this and this and this. I had it all planned out, but that is not how it happened. So this year I'm picking one panel a day I have to see, and then I'm
Good
just
idea.
winging the rest of the day because
Good.
it was a lot of waiting and missing.
Good to
So
know. 'Cause I've seen people in the group post like I want to see one at 10:45 and one at 11:15, and that is never going to happen.
mm-mm.
Even if they're in the same room, I don't think so because you have to leave and then get back in line to come in again. And by
Yes.
that point, you're going to miss the line. So that's what me and John talked about in the past show was do the one thing you really want to do. And that's maybe a per day thing, like you said, and then you hit that goal. Yeah.
Mhm.
There's a lot of stuff going on. I mean, the schedule alone has like what, 60 things a day on it?
Yeah.
That's insane. That's crazy.
With the Bravapaloozas, yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at it because I haven't even, with all my drama with my moving and everything, I haven't even built a schedule yet of that stuff. I've built my own schedule for my trip and for the events the BravoCon group is doing, but otherwise I haven't even looked at much at the schedule and I want
Yeah.
to. So I want to make sure I meet the people or see the ones I do. Okay, so panels. So if you're doing GA or just if you really want to see it, get there early and what would you say, a half hour before it starts to start getting in line?
Depends on the panel. I think VPR, you might want to get there maybe an hour or two in advance.
Gosh. When is that
Yeah,
one? Did you see it?
it's Friday.
Friday? I'm gonna get on my app. And what time? 'Cause that one's
I
gonna be packed.
I think around noon or so because my number one this year is Jeff Lewis. And
Ah, fun.
I have a hunch, it's not confirmed or anything. I have a hunch he's moderating a panel at the same time as the VPR panel. So I'm going to go to that one instead of VPR, but I will do the VPR producer panel. I
Yeah,
think that one's on Saturday.
that's the one I'm gonna go to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to hear the behind the scenes stories.
Yeah, me too.
That's what John said was his recommendation was to go to the producers one.
Yep.
Yeah, that's where they tell the dirt. Yeah, you know what? I'm not sure which one I would pick either. I'm a big fan of Jeff Lewis. I don't watch all of his his serious shows because I don't have that, but I did watch all of his TV shows on the Amazon special and I loved it. I love his stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I know Doug will be there and Megan. I've already talked to them a little bit. So they're
Oh, really?
excited. Yeah. Yeah. Doug's in our group. I don't think he participates all that much, but he's in there and I reached out to him and said hi. And he said, yeah, me and Megan are excited to go and all that. So look for them. And but they're gonna be walking around like everybody else.
Yeah.
Yep. So well, that's
The only
cool.
merch I bought this year, because last year, like I'm wearing a Fluent and Bravo.
Yeah.
I wore this last year.
Oh yeah.
But the only thing I bought this year that has any kind of verbiage on it, and it's not even about Bravo, it's about Jeff and Doug and Megan and Shane. So
They're really cute. I'll make sure to send them this videos, make sure they know. That's
Oh,
awesome.
good.
Well, you have your own
Mhm.
Instagram where you make some fluent stuff. I would follow you.
Oh, yeah, my art.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's nice stuff though.
Thank
But
you.
so you're making your own thing for them? Is that what you said?
No, I bought it off Etsy.
Gotcha. Gotcha. And there's a lot of Etsy stuff this year.
Mhm.
Wow. Okay, so we got talking about the panels a little bit and the schedules are pretty crazy. So what do you recommend to somebody on their first day? Let's say they're going alone. You went alone, I think, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. So what is your like, what would you recommend for someone that's going alone do?
Do not be afraid. Like if you're afraid that you won't meet anyone or you're just going to be a loner the whole time, that is not the case. You will meet people in line.
Yep.
I met 2 women at our hotel last year, and we still text every day to this
They're
day
cute.
about Bravo and our lives now. We become really,
Oh,
and so yeah, you're gonna make friends. Don't worry about it. And
yeah.
then yeah, I mean that's just enjoy yourself. I mean, just have fun. You're gonna laugh and smile the whole time,
Oh,
and
yeah.
you won't even feel like you're alone.
Well, last year we were at the hotel. I remember you stayed there, and we had like a little hotel crew of the same of us that would a group of us that would see each other all the time. And the link is way bigger, and it's going to have not that intimate feel like the little hotel did compared. But I'm still excited to see the same people that are staying there. There's going to be a lot of us because the link was one of the most popular book outs, and I think that's where if you're staying at Link and you start seeing people, you should definitely just reach out to someone else that's alone, especially because they're probably just like you know, and you can tell a BravoCon fan in a heartbeat.
Hmm.
And it doesn't even matter. You will see them, you know. That's how I met John last year. Was he was walking down the street and he had a BravoCon shirt on and I yelled at him. And I didn't know he worked for Bravo then. That was funny. But yeah, and I think even though I had a lot of people I knew there already from the group, I was still alone and I enjoyed just doing my own thing.
Yeah.
Yep. I went and got in line and some folks from the group would recognize me and some didn't. And I just met new people and it was so much fun. Yeah.
Yeah. And
I
then
did.
also the women I met, like we wanted to do our own thing at the convention,
Yep.
but we would also like text back and forth. Hey, this line is not as long, or this person is late to their photo op. You know, you still have time. Like,
Yep.
you know, so.
That's awesome tip right there because we have built now. I don't know if you're in any of the Facebook group chats for BravoCon.
Mm-mm.
You're not in any of them.
No, I
So
need to find one though for Flamingo Hotel.
well, there is one there. So
Okay.
this is a good
I
segue.
heard, but I can't find it.
Well, you know what? I'm always on my computer and people do the phone, right? So I think what someone in the group chat said today
Oh,
is to go to your Facebook app. Okay. And
uh-huh.
up here, I'll just, God, I'm so embarrassed. My nails look like crap. But see there at the
Mhm.
top, it says chats.
Okay.
Now, so on your phone, go to the Facebook group and click chats, and there is a stack of chats. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, don't look at my fingernails. Moving fingernails. There's about 20 chats now, and
Okay.
some of them have over 500 people in it. So it's pretty amazing. So I think what I'd recommend to folks is to sorry, my phone's ringing, is those chats, each hotel has a chat. Flamingo has one, Link has one. There's about 11 hotels that all have chats. So what people are doing is they're buddying up in those chats right now. So then
Yeah.
once you're in a chat, you can make a new chat with someone else and be like, hey, let's, after you find things in common, you know, that's how
Right.
it is when you make friends and just go buddy up. And then, you know, because I see, because I'm in all these chats, I can't keep up with them, but I'm seeing all these people talking about Bravo fashion. There's a chat for Bravo fashion. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So I think this is helping the community kind of feel more, the people that are solo feeling like they're involved is the
Hmm.
chats. And I wasn't sure about chats in the beginning, but man, they are taking off. Like the Southern Charm one has 150 people in it.
Oh.
And they're so great. I don't even need to moderate them. Like I'm like 20,000 people, 3,000 people in these chats and I never even get a ping on anything. So that's proven how good our members are. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, that'll be helpful during the event and good tips on the you know that you made some friends there. I met tons of people too, and I just like you. Now that I met you, it's like I feel like you're an online friend.
Yeah.
So so what about food and all that stuff? Was it just grab snacks as you go, or did you plan any meals? Because I'm gonna tell you, I didn't eat any meals there.
I didn't either. I ate a big breakfast and then
Good.
I snuck in a little protein bar and ate
Hmm.
that like halfway through and then had a nice dinner
Yeah.
outside.
Yeah.
So that worked for me. And they had, I don't know about the forum, I'm sure they have hydration stations. So I would put like little liquid IV in a water bottle and then
Mhm.
fill it up at the hydration station. That way I stay hydrated.
I think they have them there, and I think I read that you can bring a 20 ounce or some water that hasn't been opened or
Okay.
something. But I'll put something in my scooter and have it for the day because honestly, I drink all the time, booze. I didn't even have water. I just always had a cocktail. That's so great. And let me tell you, I've said this before on the show. I mean, you're not a day drinker, I don't think, right?
No, I don't drink much.
Yeah, well, I drank enough there, but not too much. But I just always had a cocktail going. And it was just kind of fun just to have a day of just, I never got too drunk. I just kind of just buzzed around and had a buzz, and it was so much fun. Okay, so after the event, let's say, because you went alone, and did you find people with, oh, my internet, hold on, with the group that you met with at night, or did you go back to the hotel and what did you just personally do?
I think I did two Watch What Happens lives. I think I did Friday
Okay.
night, Sunday night. And both nights I went with one of those women that I
Okay,
met.
cool.
And then Saturday I went back to the hotel. I'm a big SEC fan, and Tennessee was playing Alabama, and that trumped everything. So
You're
but
like someone else wins.
yeah. But yeah, I mean, even walking, no, I did the last one. I did the reading room Sunday night last year, and I went alone for that. And no problem. Again, like
Yeah.
whoever I sat next to was a fast friend. So
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I went Sunday night too, and I don't even remember. There was probably the reading room one, but
Mhm.
but yeah, and you went Friday to the Legends, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Where'd you sit?
The balcony.
Yeah. Were you on the side that didn't have the good speakers?
No, we were right in the center.
Nice. Oh, they felt so bad for them. Their speakers went out and
I
nobody could
know.
hear. So I think they gave them another night or something
I
to
think
come.
they gave them tickets to watch what happens live in the studio.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a nice
They really
comp.
took care of us.
Yeah. Yeah, Bravo really even though this year's a little different event, it seems smaller and everything, I still think they're gonna give a powerhouse of a show.
Yeah.
Just amazing. I was so excited last year when I got in there. I was like, that's so cool, and that's so cool, and all these little touches they did.
Yeah.
It's just neat. Like I just saw these little things that I was like, that took a little extra creativity to make this feel special.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was nice.
And I enjoyed BravoLand. Did you go through that?
Embarrassingly, I went through it crazy like a maniac looking for Gary. I think I ran over a couple people because it was the windy, had the windy, little trail, and
Yeah.
I was going super fast on my scooter looking for Gary because someone had said he was just in there, and I went and I just wanted to meet him on my own before the event, but then I didn't, so I ended up just hustling back over, and then he was at the one I went to, so the next it was like coming up, so. But yeah, I did see it though. It looked really cute. That's cute. That's where it had all the like the Shotsky bar and all that stuff, right? Yeah.
Yeah, some of it was interactive where you could get in like the Salt Lake City tubs, and
Yep.
you could get behind Teresa's big hair at her wedding.
Yeah.
And everything. Yeah.
That's where everybody posts those pictures. So it's yeah, you're gonna see all that there. And that's another thing is with the BravoLand, people were posting pictures of it, and other people were like, where's that? I want to go see it. So you're gonna see that in the group when it's probably like the first few hours. I bet you people are gonna be posting all that stuff, and everybody kind of learns from even though they're not paying attention, they still see it usually. So
Right.
yeah. Did you go to the meetup last year?
I went to the Thursday night meetup.
Okay.
And then I went to the breakfast, I think the next morning or Saturday morning.
Yeah, that was a little slower of a morning for a lot of people.
Yeah.
We had a lot of RSVPs, but a lot of people, I think like me, just were like so tired that I probably won't be doing Saturday morning ones again.
Yeah.
So I didn't this year. I learned. I did 2 in one night and then Amy Phillips, but I was like, there's really a lot going on this year.
Mhm.
There's a lot. And it's not just the baby Bravo Labs are doing all the shows that people want to see. That's what in my last show I was talking about with Amy was I call them baby Bravo Labs like her and and the people that aren't the stars, but they're
Yeah.
they're well known in the Bravo community, and there's a lot
Right.
of events going on. So, do you have any of those other tickets bought? What other shows you doing?
I'm going to RuPaul's drag
Oh,
show.
fun.
Yeah, but no other Bravo, like
Okay,
Heather McDonald or anything like that. Yeah.
gotcha. Well, I don't think I'm going. So I'm gonna do Amy Phillips show. And I broke down and bought an after dark party.
Oh, you did.
I wasn't going to, but then, I had FOMO and I was at the very last minute, like, oh, what if I regret not going? And, with all the things I've been doing, this kind of would just be sad for me to miss that, I mean, literally 7 months of planning for a 3-day weekend.
Yeah.
And I was like, if I don't buy this ticket, I will regret it. So I went and bought it. And then I was like, well, okay, I guess I'm going.
I wonder
Yeah.
how many they sold. It'll be interesting to see.
I think they're sold out though.
Okay.
I think so. Someone said they were unavailable now. So I got it maybe right beforehand. I don't know, but I think I bought it that next night. But I was like debating. And I have a lot going on that day already. So I'm like, oh boy. But
And we gain an hour because of time change.
and we gain an hour?
Saturday night, yeah.
Oh, that's the
Or is it Sunday morning?
yep. So if at 2 in the morning would it really be 1 in the morning, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
All back. Okay. Yeah, so
Saturday night into Sunday morning, which is the night of that after dark, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me tell you, from what I learned last year is I'm okay with coming in later to the forum. I'm not like I don't need to be there at 8 because two full days of BravoCon is a lot. And people don't understand. Let me tell you that if you go all 3 days, you're going to be exhausted. Plus with your night events, plus if you drink a little, if you drink a lot, it is a nonstop.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like thinking Saturday night, if I go to after dark, then Sunday I'll probably cruise over about 12.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know,
Sunday was my favorite day last year
yeah, it was
because
nice.
everybody was so exhausted. People just kind of let loose and didn't care anymore and just they
Yeah,
were exhausted. You know what I mean? And so like it was just more laid back.
it was fun. I really liked Sunday. And you're exactly right. There was nobody missing a schedule and they weren't rushing around. And that's where I
Yeah.
think I saw the most Bravo Lebs too, just hanging out,
Mhm.
stuff, doing this and that. I think everybody thinks events, people close early on Sundays. They don't do that here. We were there till I think 6:30 Sunday night. And
Yeah.
then we took off and went right to watch what happens live. So
Yeah.
they,
And
it's,
also people are leaving to go home on Sunday.
yeah.
So there's not as many people like guests, no, Bravoholics.
Well, I think some people have to for work or whatever, but I
Yeah.
actually was like, no, I'm going to fly home Tuesday because last year I learned. And were you the ones that got COVID last year?
No, I didn't.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So actually, I think I got it on the plane going home
Oh,
because I was talking to this lady really closely for 2 hours and we were like snuggled up talking, and that's the most I'd ever been close to somebody like that close. Like, so I was like, I bet we gave it to each other or something. I don't know.
yeah.
But either way, that's why I'm going to take all my juice and stuff beforehand. You know what? It's not something people probably want to hear or talk about, but you know what? The week before, you might want to just not be, hanging out with a lot of people because you don't want to get COVID to ruin your trip and you don't want to bring it to BravoCon and get sick there. So
Yeah.
I'm being the person who's just being like, hey, a week before, take your vitamins, juice up, do all the stuff, stay away from people too close. And then afterwards, if, I don't know if I'll get it this year or not, but I kind of booked it just in case, but I'm going no matter what. So,
Yeah.
and I'm
I'm
gonna
in
do,
healthcare.
what's that?
I'm in healthcare.
Are you?
So starting tomorrow, I'll be having my N95 on and taking
Wow.
my zinc and just getting my immunity built. So yeah.
Are you doing that just so you to make sure you can go to BravoCon? Yeah.
Mhm.
So this is why I'm glad we talked about this, Amanda, because a lot of people last year, when we all got it, when we come back, there was only about 20 of us that had it, that posted in the group. and that ain't bad out of 7,000, you know.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like the whole thing was a super spreader, but I happened to just, you know, took a lot of pictures of people, and I was probably doing a lot of that. And then the lady on the way home on the flight, I was like, I wonder if I got from her, because me and her were snuggled up pretty good. But yeah, this year I'm a prep and then be ready afterwards if I get sick again. But you know, I made it through last time.
Yeah.
I was fine. But yeah, that was something I thought about, and well, I'll have to now. And so let's see, what else is there? What else do you want to talk about with this? Did we miss anything? What about you being you know, by yourself, and did you run into any Bravo Lebs and you were starstruck and didn't know what to say?
Um, in the wild, I found Kyle from one of the below decks.
Oh
He was
yeah.
the tall guy with the crazy suit. I saw him and he was so sweet. They were all so sweet. Like
Oh.
that's another thing, that when you see them in person, they don't look real because they're like glowing and beautiful, you know, it's kind of crazy. But yeah, he was the only one I saw in the wild, but you'll see them like running from the bazaar to a panel and stop, and they'll take a picture real quick. And yeah, bazaar is probably the best place if you just want to get a quick picture of them.
Exactly. And the bazaar was, me and John have mentioned it. They go to their booths and they actually go and sell stuff and talk to people and take pictures. Now, I got to tell you that Austin Kroll actually had a red velvet rope, which I thought was funny. Because I was like, then next to him was Luke. And
Oh,
Luke was like my number one guy.
yeah.
Luke gave me 3 hugs and wouldn't stop hugging me because I was from
Oh.
Minnesota. And I was like, dang, Luke. It was like, thank you. And
Yeah.
he didn't have a red velvet thing, but I thought he was pretty hot. So I was like, I'll take him over Austin. Yeah. You know what I think was funny is like I saw Dave from Below Deck, the chef, you know, the one that had the girlfriend and I literally just saw him walking around and I said, hey, how you doing? And he looked at me like he didn't know how to react to people knowing him. I really
Oh,
felt bad for him.
huh.
He was kind of shy and just kind of like not into, he seemed like he wasn't into it, but I don't think he'd ever been a person that people are going to, you know what? He probably has a normal life. And then he comes to this and he's like, everybody knows him. And he wasn't in for the starstruck of it.
Right.
I think he was maybe shy. I didn't want to say embarrassed, shy. That's what I meant. Like he was just shy. So he was kind of like, you know, kind of off put, but yeah, you're on a show. People love it. You know, I, was it you that said, I thought it was you, and I say this with kindness, that you were like, I just can't go up to people. I'm a little more timid. And I'm like,
Yes.
do not be timid at these events. You know, you don't want to scream their name, but you know, I was like, hey, Marlo, you know,
Yeah.
and they turn their head and look, you know.
That's one thing about why I'm not doing Bravo Palooza again this year.
Oh yeah.
I'm very introverted. And when I was in front of them, I didn't know what to say. And then
Oh
also, if I can give some advice to people, like
yeah.
people paid a lot of money for this, and please don't hoard the Bravo person because
Oh,
I would wait like 5-10 minutes waiting for someone to be done talking.
oh yeah.
I have to move on because they just were not stop. They would not stop talking.
And
So,
if they're talking, the Bravo Lab has to listen, and
right.
you're not gonna remember a single thing.
Yeah. So
Now you
just
got
keep
me
my
wondering if I did that. I don't think I did, but now it's gonna be on my top of mind. I'll be like, let's keep this short. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, I'm kind of excited to see if I see Marlo again because I think she'll remember me. She sat on my lap and we did. I saw her like 6 times, so
Well, Chef will remember you too because of the scooter.
I
Yeah.
think Shep might. Yeah, that's a remember. That's something he'll remember. And I'm trying to think, Gary probably would have if he was coming. And God, I'm trying to think who else I saw that maybe would, but I'm pretty sure Marlo would. She liked my crown.
Yeah. Who's your number one this year that you want to meet?
Well, I put down Josh Altman because I have loved him and his wife Heather for a long time. I think I had a number 2 here in mind. It was a Luca from Below Deck.
Mm-hmm.
He's an up and comer.
Yeah, he's cute.
Yeah, who's yours?
Jeff, and then
Oh, that's right. That's right.
probably Alex from Below Deck. I think he is very good looking and very
Yes.
sweet. And Colin. I'm surprised Colin's coming because he didn't come last year.
Oh wow. Well, now he's a little more into the Below Deck experience now that he's been in a drama.
I know.
And he actually came out of the closet a little bit with his drama.
Yeah.
What do you think of all that drama?
I don't know.
I went and looked at his Instagram during the and him and Daisy had been taking some pictures together after BravoCon on his page.
Yeah.
But then after a little bit she disappeared. So I think that's when it all ended. But
Yeah.
that was quite an eye-opening experience watching that. So I don't know what's going to happen next season, but we'll find out. All right, what else do we have, Amanda? Otherwise, we can close. I'm trying to think. Let's see. Any other last tips for people?
No, just have fun. A lot of people are wondering what to wear. The way I'm doing it this year is comfy shoes, jeans, comfortable shirt.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be sitting a lot.
Yeah.
And walking a lot, standing in line.
Yeah.
Things. And then I'm kind of glamming it up for the evening events.
Okay.
So that would be my suggestion.
Yeah.
Because this year I'm not wearing sweatshirts this year because now I look back at my pictures from last year and I see they're all glammed up. And then here's the old me and
I know,
looking like a goofball. So,
but everybody did wear sweatshirts and t-shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are the sky tops? Is that what people call them?
Oh my God. I have a sky top. I'm bringing it this year. I forgot I have one. It's just kind of like a little nookie thing in the cleavage, right?
Yeah.
Cleavage. Brings the girls together a little bit.
Yeah.
So you got one of those?
No.
Oh,
well,
no, not me.
Shirt is kind of like that, but not really.
Okay. That's cute. Yeah, that's the last tip for me too, is that everybody is worried about looking glam during the day. It's about comfort because you're going to be hustling, walking, sitting, and it's really not a glam day. I mean, some people are glam, but if you're not a glam day, normally do not wear heels. You'll regret that. Yeah, and I like the theory of dressing up at night because that's what I did last year. I wore my little pink sweater and shorts, and Vegas is going to be around 70 degrees. So just keep that in mind that you don't want to be wearing a heavy sweater because you're going to probably get warm and you don't need a tank top. It's going to be a little too cold, but maybe just long sleeve something. But that's a good tip. Glam up at night. Plus Vegas is all about the glam at night. And, I'll probably fit in great with my scooter sisters, the older people there. There's a lot of scooters in Vegas. Definitely won't be standing out. Well, awesome. Well, thank you for coming on the show. I was asked you last year to be on it, I think, or last spring. And like I told folks last week, John has been moved on. I think he's got a change of plans with what he's doing. So I'm just going to keep doing the show, having a few guests here and there, and we'll see how it goes after BravoCon. But we're down there, girl. What is it, 3 weeks now?
I know. It's crunch time.
7 months of planning for a 3-day event. I'm never going to stop thinking that because I've done a zillion things already.
Yeah.
And it never ends.
And then you start all over again in 3 months. Yeah.
I think last year it ended and I told Susie we're going to be prepping again in 4 months.
Yeah.
So enjoy the break.
Yeah.
And then Scandival happened. So we actually grew really fast during Scandival. And then we had a 0 break and then BravoCon, and then we slowed down in the late summer. So this group, you were there. Day one, we had 7,000 people. That was insane then. And now we're at 20 something.
I know.
Oh my God. Scandival did that. Yeah. I don't know why people would search BravoCon either during Scandival. It was so weird. Like it must have just for some reason they clicked with them, but I don't know.
Well, also, I think that's when they announced it was going to be in Vegas, was around that time.
True. Yeah, true. Yeah, that was quite a wild month there, February and March. Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, girl. Well, thanks for coming on the show. Everybody else,
Yeah.
you can check out my other episodes on youtube.com. Queens of BravoCon. I decided to stop doing the podcast part. So it's just going to be video, and you can listen if you don't want to watch and just run it on your phone anyway. But we'll see you in a few weeks, Amanda. Thank you for coming.
All right.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.